Good day, beloved. I am Sahr Jude-Conteh, and this is Gems of Truth. Today, we are going to continue from where we stopped, and we're looking at the second part of living a consecrated life in a corrupt world. And our key verse today is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 12. According to NLT, it says, "Now the sons of Eli were scoundrels, who had no respect for the Lord or for their duties as priests." From verse 12, we can see that the sons of Eli were worthless men, because the word scoundrels mean worthless fellow, a villain, a base individual, someone who is reckless. That word, scoundrels, is rendered in the New International Version, NIV, as wicked men. So NIV describes the sons of Eli as wicked men. New King James Version describes them as corrupt or corrupt men. The Amplified Version uses the description base and worthless. The King James Version says that they were sons of Belial, who did not know the Lord. Now, the word Belial is a very strong expression, and it could mean a very wicked person. It could also mean worthlessness. It could mean recklessness. It could mean wickedness. It could mean unprofitable. The word Belial in the New Testament is sometimes used as a synonym for the word Satan or the devil. Paul mentions this in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 15, when he says that what harmony is there between Christ and Belial? Certainly there is no harmony, there is no connection, there's no commonality between Christ and the devil, or Christ and anything that belongs or pertains to the devil. So the sons of Eli are described in King James Version as sons of Belial, who did not know the Lord. So fundamentally, we can see that these sons, the sons of Eli, were men who did not know the Lord. They did not have relationship with God. There are four distinguishing traits of the sinful lifestyle of Eli that we need to look at. First is their disregard or irreverence for the Lord. Number two is their disregard for their offices as priests. Number three is their disregard for the offerings of the Lord. And number four, their disregard for the people of God. These four things are clearly seen as the things that formed part of their sinful lifestyle. And we are considering just the first one today, which is the disregard or irreverence for the Lord. You see, whenever there is no relationship with God, or there is a break in that relationship with God, it will affect every aspect of our lives. And we see from the verse that we've read in 1 Samuel 2:12 that the sons of Eli did not have any relationship with the Lord. The Bible does not tell us how and when that really happened, but we see clearly at the time when Samuel was taken to the temple, how these sons of Eli were living a life of worthlessness. So because they did not have any relationship with God, they went on doing things that brought calamity on God's people. Unfortunately, today, even in our own time, we have many people who are like the sons of Eli, who do not have any relationship with God. They go on serving the Lord. They do the work of God. You see, the truth here is this: when you try to serve God without a relationship with Him, you become more of a problem to the very work itself. And so that was one of the things that could be seen in the lives of the sons of Eli. They had no relationship with God. Thus, we see clearly how that affected how they dealt with their offices as priests, how they dealt with the offerings of God, and how they handled God's people. Once there is a break in our relationship with God, it will affect every aspect of our lives. So today, brothers and sisters, the question is, do you have a relationship with the Lord? Or you are just working for God? Because if you are just working for God without a relationship with Him, then whatever thing you do will not be pleasing to Him. And more so, you will be more of a stumbling block to the work than being a stepping stone for progress. There are many people today who serve the Lord just like the sons of Eli. They minister to God with their hands, but their hearts are not with the Lord. They minister to the Lord with their bodies, but their hearts are not devoted to God. And such people, you find out that there is a crack in their relationship with God. There is the category of those who do not know God and who are serving God, unfortunately. Okay? But there is a category also of those who are genuinely saved, but yet the way they live is just like the sons of Eli, because they do not show any reverence for God. They do not show any reverence for the offices or the office and the callings that God has brought them into. They don't show regard for the offerings that God's people bring into the house of God, and also they don't show regard for God's people. In conclusion, seek to know the Lord personally. Seek to have a close and an intimate relationship with the Lord. As you do, anything you do for God will be pleasing to Him, because it will be a service or a worship that comes from a life that is completely dedicated to the Lord.